everyone. Joaquin Sharp here, and today, Joaquin's reviews, I'm going to be reviewing X-Men: Days of Future Past. Yes, this highly anticipated movie stars James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender, Hugh Jackman, Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, Jennifer Lawrence, Halle Berry, Anna Paquin, Ellen Page, Sean Ashmore, Fan Bing Bang, Boo Boo Stewart, trying to think who else on there, Peter Dinklage, Lucas Till, and a bunch of other people. I'm sorry, just so many. I think I said Halle Berry, right? I think I did. I'm sorry, just so many people in this cast, like 20 people. It's like 20 people in the main cast. So, yeah, so many people. But, at least I got the main stars down. So, I'm going to, first thing off, this review is going to have spoilers. So, I will let you know when the spoiler parts come. So basically, what I have to say about the movie, I thought it was fantastic. I loved it. Every part of the movie, from the start of when it said 20th Century Fox in the fanfare, which in the fanfare, if you listen to it, it has a little dun, which is part of the X-Men theme, which I really love. I'm like, oh, that's new. Like, that's like a different twist. I love this movie. It was fantastic. I loved it. Every part of it. Like I said, from the 21st Century Fox or fanfare all the way to the end of the movie, and I stood for the whole movie. I saw it from the beginning to the post credits or after credit scene. I loved it. This movie was so great. I think there was a lot of great performances. But first, let me get into something. First, I want to talk about the acting. I think the star that really shines bright is James McAvoy. I loved him playing a younger Professor X. I loved him in the first X-Men First Class, but this one is just like, his performance was so great. I loved it. I think he really, as playing younger Professor X, I thought he did a really fantastic job, and I thought he did excellent. I did. Another thing, I was really excited to see the old cast mixed with the First Class cast and stuff, and I was really excited. And a couple of things that I loved too was that the score was back. Yes, I love that John Otterman, who did the score for X2, was back, and they used the X2 theme, like the dun 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 dun. I was so happy. I kind of got like goosebumps. And I heard there was a rumor before I saw the movie that it was gonna be featured in the movie, but I didn't know like how long the book was. But it was featured. It's featured in the beginning and in the credits. But I loved it. I love that it was featured in there, especially it's more. It's not like the one X2. This was more jazzed up. More. It's more longer, and I loved it. It's kind of like saying like we're back. We're back. We're back to the original X-Men. We got Bryan Singer back, who I love, he's a great director. And, I thought everything's fantastic. Now, let me get on to one thing. The continuity errors. I think this movie was built with continuity errors. Like, one thing I know that's on everyone's mind is that, how did Professor X get back? At the end of the Wolverine that came out last year, Professor X came back. I think it was Magneto stops Wolverine at the airport, and Professor X comes back. But on everyone's mind is saying like, how did he come back and stuff? And I was kind of thinking of that too. But I had to think I had to think really hard to myself. But there's some things that they say, like, if you watch the after credit scene of The Last Stand, I think he had like a twin brother, Professor X, and something like that. Or some people say read the comics and then watch the after credit scene X2. They don't really explain it. And there's continuity there. And I think the problem why it messes up the universe X-Men, because, okay, like, Bryan Singer directed 1 and 2. Brett Ratner, God, I hate this guy so much, directed X3, and then it's like they pass on director to director to director. It's like, I think the only one out of the whole X-Men thing was, I think the only good director that directed an X-Men movie that wasn't Bryan Singer was Matthew Vaughn. He did great with First Class. But I think, it's like I said, they pass on director to director, and they have their own direction, and that kind of ruins the movie. It does. It kind of ruins the movie. And not the movie, it kind of ruins the universe, I'm trying to say, because like everyone's saying like, how did Professor X get back and stuff. And there's another thing too in the movie too. Days of Future Past, like, in the future, Wolverine has adamantium claws. I mean, metal claws, but how did he get them? Like, that's the thing, because at the end of the Wolverine, what you can see on X-Men's Facebook page, you can see the X-Men movies Facebook page. It shows a timeline of all the movies from past, present, and future. And the Wolverine takes place in 2013. So, and Days of Future Past takes place in 2023. So, but at the end of the Wolverine, then he has bone claws. But how do you get the adamantium claws? That's the thing. It's like, it's continuity errors. Especially another thing where in the movie, there's another thing where this guy named Stryker, he's back. You may know Stryker from X2 and X-Men Origins Wolverine, but in this movie, in X2, he's played by Brian Cox. I think Brian Cox is 50, in his 50s. Origins Wolverine played by Danny Huston, I think, something like that. I really forget how his name was, but both of them are in their 40s. But this Stryker in the 70s, he looks like um, he looks like a 20-year-old. Some not 20, but someone in his 20s, maybe late 20s. But that's why it continuity gets there, and there's a lot of things, and I think because, like I said, because it's been passed from director to director to director, and each have done their own way of it. I think it feels like this movie is a reboot, and I think it is. I think Ryan Singer rebooted the whole universe because it's like I feel like in that meaning, like he had to get rid of the bad that was in Last Stand and Origins Wolverine, and then also he had to get rid of his good. Like that means he got rid of X1, X2, Wolverine. It's like that, and it kind of means something because continuity is like the movie doesn't. All movies don't add up to this one. It really doesn't. It's like I feel like he kind of rebooted the whole universe. Like okay, we let because that's and then again you gotta listen to it. The name of the movie is called Days of Future Past. So basically, it's Wolverine goes back to the past to change the future, basically. Now, so I think basically that's what it's about. Like, another thing that kind of bothered me too, that very little, is that Anna Paquin, who's Rogue, I heard that scenes were cut short, and I was kind of a little disappointed about that. 'Cause I would have liked to see her, but in the movie, I'm giving a little spoiler here. It's a tiny glimpse of her, but it's like way to the end of the movie. And I was kind of like, I was like, and the thing that kind of annoyed me too, that she's top billed. Like, she's not, like, she's like at number 5th in the cast. Number 5th, not number 5th, let me say like number 6 or 7. Like, she's before Ellen Page and Peter Dinklage, and only for a brief cameo. I'm like, I'm like, is she that powerful from True Blood, or does she have an ego that she wants to be top billed? I don't know. Like, if you're gonna do that, why not, But right now, here I'm gonna come. Here's the part where I know you. I'm gonna come to it. This is the spoilers part. So if you guys have not seen the movie, I suggest you go see the movie and come back and watch from this point on. But I'm gonna get into some spoilers about the movie, and that's it. So a thing that I really found about that was great, that we saw the return of all those characters. Like Wolverine wakes up in 2023 after the past has changed and everything's changed, the timeline changed. We see Jean Grey and Cyclops still alive at the X-Men school, and I thought that was really, and it's in the future too, and I thought that was really awesome to see. But something that kind of got me too, like, where does this take place? Because I feel like, okay, if they redid the timeline, Rogue she still has like a little gray streak in her hair from X1. When Magneto used that machine to control her. So X1 had to take place somewhere in between the future, like if they redid the timeline. So that's what kind of got to me. Very little things, kind of got to me. But now I do like the part, like there's some really great parts. I really like the part when Quicksilver, like he breaks him, Professor X and Wolverine. They break young Magneto out of the Pentagon. I thought that was great. He's like him, like running through the guards and taking up a guard to the wall, and that part where he makes all the guards punch themselves in the face. Oh god, I thought that was hilarious and awesome. And I love how slow it went, and they had that song "Time in the Bottle." I thought it was amazing. I thought it was great. I think he was really the scene stealer. Another thing too, I really love Jennifer Lawrence in this movie. Like, I thought in First Class she came out for a little bit of annoying, and I feel like she's in danger of being overexposed because she's been in everything for the last 3 years. She was in First Class, First Class, Hunger Games 1, Survivor's Playbook. Trying to think of another movie. Survivor's Playbook, Hunger Games 2, American Hustle, and then now this, and then this year Mockingjay Part 1. So I feel like, she is a little in danger, but because she's been, like I said, she's been everything. But I thought she was great in this movie. I thought her as Mystique was really, really great. You know, I think she's trying to be just as good as Rebecca Romaine was in X1, 2, and 3. But I feel like I thought, you know, and I think, you know, she's trying to carry on that thing, like the greatness that Rebecca Romaine did, you know. So, and I like all that stunts that Mystique did. I'm trying to think, was that her? Like, was that Jennifer Lawrence, or was that like a stunt double? I don't know. Whoever it is, they did a great job. If it's Jennifer, if it's a stunt double, great job. I love it, you know. I love it, especially the part where she jumps out the window and Magneto makes the bullet. He shoots a bullet and it makes it fly after her, which I thought was hilarious. Hits her on the leg, and then you know all these people are seeing it, and they have like in the '70s they had the 3x4 cameras, so you can really capture like if it really happened in the '70s. And now other part of Magneto's pulling Mystique with his force, and he sees the black lady, and then she switches back to her blue color. I thought that was funny too, but it was really good. Real good. You know, I thought, and I love the setting of the movie. Like when it first opened, it was like, okay, it's the future. It's all death. It's all deathly, and everyone's dead and all that stuff. So, well, not dead, but everything is ruined. Everything's in ruins. Like it opens up to New York City, everything's in ruins and stuff. And you know, the X-Men, they have to be like in constant fear, like watching over their shoulders for the Sentinels and stuff. And I thought that was pretty good too. I really I really thought that was good. Like I think the everything was fantastic about this movie. Everything, I did like the new characters though too, like Sunspot, Blaine, Bishop. I forgot the other character too, the one with the black shadow makeup. I forgot his name, but I thought they were great. But I don't think like they weren't in any other X-Men movies. I think they were just like. I think they were like I think they're from the comics basically. I think like Sunspot is basically like he's kind of a ripoff of Human Torch, but I think everything was good. But I would like something to explain. There's nothing else that they were explaining. How can Kitty Pryde? How can she have that thing to send people back in time? That stuff. I just wanted them to explain that. Like they could explain how she's able to do that because really, she, as we saw in X1, 2, and 3, she's able to walk through walls. And I just wish they explained that too. But overall, great movie, great action, great story, great characters, everything. Everything was great. So, okay, I'm going to give X-Men Days of Future Past a 95%, A+, and 10 out of 10. Yes, I think everything was great. I can't really find no cons about it. Just the pros were just everything was great. Fantastic. I think everything was great. So that's it. So if you guys like this video, you can give me a like. You could follow me on you could follow me on Twitter. Yeah, give me a like. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. Both of them are at Joaquin Sharp. Like my Facebook page called let's see, it's called Joaquin's Reviews. It's Joaquin's Review, but it's no apostrophe. Just JOAQUINS and then reviews together. VIEWS. That's it. Yeah, just you can find it. So and the link will be below anyway. So yeah, that's it. So you guys like this, and that's it. So I think you guys watching this video. And also comment below. What you thought. Of the movie. Like, did you like Days of Future Past, or did not like it? Whatever your opinion is about it. But that's it. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you later. Peace.